What's going on, guys? It's Vlad from Bigger Belly Boys. We're doing an impromptu review of the Handroll project here in San Francisco. They got a wide selection of hand rolls. We're going to test every single one of them and see, is it Bigger Belly Boy approved?
It ain't good food till the Bigger Belly Boys reviewed, yeah.
Taking a break from the curry, but not from Japan, we find ourselves at Handroll Project. First impressions were great, the staff were very accommodating, kind, and welcoming, and the ambiance was really clean and modern. Check out the bathroom.
Very classy, love that. The bathroom is pretty nice.
They also had intimate bar seating, which I always like at sushi spots. The ambiance gets a 9 out of 10, and the service gets a 9.5 out of 10. Enough sake shots, let's talk hand rolls. I got the 7-piece set for $55, and it started with the salmon and sesame roll. This roll was unfortunately overpowered by the ikura, however the bites that I had that weren't were very pleasant. 6 out of 10. Next was the spicy tuna. This came with cucumber, crispy shallot, shichimi oil, and shiso leaf. The flavors didn't really work in harmony, and the shiso leaf was stronger than I remember it being from other rolls I've had. Unfortunately, this only gets a 4 out of 10. I was hoping the next one would be better, and thankfully the spicy kani did the trick. The sweetness of the crab and the tanginess in umami from the miso aioli were a great pairing. The little pops of topiko were also very welcomed. 8 out of 10. Next, we had the smoked hamachi. The yellowtail was very fresh, especially paired with the green onion. For this and subsequent rolls, I decided to remove the shiso leaf, and I think that made a huge difference with this roll. 8 out of 10. Chef's poke was up next. This also had ikura, but the creamy poke helped mitigate some of that. The fish itself was also very creamy, but this roll didn't necessarily wow me. 6.5 out of 10. Second to last is the creamy scallop. I think they missed the aioli on this one because the previous roll was much creamier. The scallop was fresh and had great texture. The avocado and topiko were also paired nicely, but it felt pretty one-noted. 7 out of 10. Last but not least was the toro with no shiso leaf. I love toro and the flavors worked really well together. I just didn't like how mashed the fish was and it threw the texture off for me. 7.5 out of 10. This brings the food rating to a 6.7 out of 10, giving the Handroll project a whopping 8 bigger bellies. Apparently great service and ambiance can go a very long way.